So before you start, this
Yeah.
is a company
Yeah.
advertising their services for corporate wellness. This is what they offer.
Right. Let's look at this. My Lord.
Hello,
Wait, this is GSK. Is this for GSK?
I know this was one that was a case study or a reference by
Right.
GSK who have used this company.
Wait, so hold on.
that's-
So these Wallies are selling these services into GSK, and I can't bloody get through. So it's... Ah! Are you having a fuck? Sorry. Are you... No, but you see... So these Wallies are getting through the door, and me selling cyber bloody security,
Yeah.
and getting treated like an absolute arsewipe. Incredible. See, but this is the world we live in, Andrew. This is the world we live in.
We don't have budget to protect all our customers.
We ain't got any budget to protect our companies, but I tell you what, we do have budget for.
Yeah.
Laughter on call. But listen, do you know?
Laughter on
You know what? You know, God bless their cotton socks, right? This is good on you. Good on you. Listen, this is a great gig. This is not an insult, by the way. FYI, this is not an insult to the wellness. You know, go get your money. I'm not hating here. Do it.
Yeah.
But I just the irony does not escape the situation. Is all I'm saying.
Danny Klein, Montessed, founder and CEO of Laughter on Call.
And I'm Janetta St. Clair, head of operations. In the last 3 months, we've done over 100.
Head of operations.
Well, you know, we have to operate the take it off of the slippers. We have to. It's all very important.
Pretty hard brag. And a few questions have come up pretty consistently about what we do and how we do it.
Number one, we are not a stand-up comedy company.
So they do get mistaken by stand-up comedians. Man, honestly.
I mean, look at the logo.
I know. It's got a microphone, for God's sake. It's like...
Wait, it's our logo. I've got a few words to say to my designer, because I think he's been having a laugh. Anyway, sorry. Let's continue.
We are an interactive comedy company. You're going to tell me your name.
Wait, hold on. So they have admitted that they are a company.
Yeah, they're not stand-up comedy, but they are comedy.
All right. Okay. Good.
All right.
Where you are.
This is serious. This is about mental health,
Seriously.
wellness.
Well, I don't know. I think you've been pulling my leg on this whole episode because you've hit me back to back with three things. All right. Okay.
Give me some unique gesture and sound.
Jillian, you're up. My name is Jillian. I reside in Dover, New Hampshire. This is my remote duck. And I am going to shimmy, shimmy, shake.
Shimmy, shimmy, shake.
This must be the same company with that itty bitties and a bob team.
I feel better already. I mean, it works, man. It works.
You're right. Do you know what the funny thing is? I actually do feel better. I had a crap start to the day. Do you know what, Andrew? I think we're the Wallies because we come in here trying to insult them, and it actually works. Oh my god!
It works. Yeah.
Oh my god! No wonder they're making a killing in our FTSE 100 companies. Oh,
Mate,
this is gold. Why did this not make Wally of the Week? You're crazy, Andrew.
I think mine's going to be this.
Since I'm in New Hampshire. Fully clear.
I love it.
With all of our programs, there's a lot of participation and full engagement.
This goes back to what you said earlier about you're knocking on doors and you're getting the door slammed in your face. But somehow, these sort of things are getting budget. And it makes me wonder, is it being prioritized? Is the overall perception of an organization and, you know, things that they can do and things like Glassdoor and going on social media and showing, look how great, is that become more important than, you know, the actual numbers? Right.
And that's what the war is. That's what the war is right now with the DE. Is it the DEI? the DEI, the Diversity and Inclusion Program.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you've got companies that have been tanking for God knows how long, right? And they are spending more attention and time on green and the carbon reduction and the DEI virtual signaling on their company accounts.
Yeah.
Mate, by the time they achieve their diversity and inclusion targets and hit their net zero carbon footprint, they're not going to exist as a bloody company, and our pension funds are going to go down. These type of initiatives, again, I'll say it, they work in a time of abundance, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at any corporate organization now, look at their website, they've got an ESG statement, haven't they?
Yeah.
Environment, health, and
Yet you can't justify your figures. Yet you can't justify your figures. Yet your strategy, your go-to-market strategy is about as crystal clear as a bloody puddle, like a dirty puddle. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on.
Right. So then I looked at why. Why?
Is what this is about? Or
there's a company called Vitality, who's like a big insurance company, and they reckon that health issues and absenteeism is costing 138 billion a year in the UK. So that's why these companies are going into wellness, etc., etc. How they calculate that, I don't know. It hasn't provided any figures, but it says that mental health issues has had the most negative impact on employee and business productivity. Fair enough, right? But then there's the challenges, and the challenges are that people like me, I've never taken any up. Have you taken any of these up?
No.
Right? Programs not designed for reality. So don't consider employees' workloads and schedules will be ignored. Simply getting employees to sign up for a program is not enough. That's what they're saying. Oh, everyone's signing up, but nobody's using it.
Yeah, but this is my point, Andrew. $8 billion a year. $8 billion is being spent by companies on wellness.
Yeah.
Andrew, that is bananas. That is bananas.
I just did not fathom the size of the sector. Yeah. And I know we poo-pooed it and we had a laugh on the videos, and they are crazy. And I promise you, the last two were genuine. There was a great post on LinkedIn, and they're saying why corporate wellness are a waste of money, right?
Yeah.
And it says here, it's addressing symptoms, not root causes.
Yep.
Programs largely centre on addressing outcomes of larger organisations instead of treating causes, i.e. excessive workload, time pressure, poor cultures, and lack of data-driven approach. There's no data around it. It's just throwing money at something because it looks great and it's nice and fluffy.
Mate, here it says, right? So apparently this guy called in Oxford University. So I'll start off here. This is actually really interesting. It has to be about working practices. Researchers at Oxford University's Wellbeing Research Centre analysed data from Britain's Healthiest Workplace Study, 2017 to 2018, and looked at responses from more than 46,000 people over 233 companies. Okay? Yeah. It's a fairly controversial finding, said Fleming, author of the study. Employers would do better to focus on core organizational practices than wellness initiatives, right? Yeah. There is nothing wrong with mindfulness apps and sleep programs for employees, he noted. But if you're seriously trying to drive employees' well-being, then it has to be about working practices. The study found that programs such as stress management courses did in fact have a negative effect on mental health. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. I read a lot of what I mentioned earlier actually comes from that report. This is the one that really gets me, is one of the negatives. They promote unhealthy blame shifting.
Oh yeah, of course.
What do you mean? And they thought corporate well-being shift the burden of the problem from the organization to the employee.
Yeah.
We touched upon this.
Yeah.
If you're feeling stressed, anxious, or burned out, the implication is that it's your problem. Maybe you're not resilient enough, or maybe you're not managing yourself well enough. The company role becomes fixing employees through mental condition rather than improving work conditions and operational practices, thus absolving itself of responsibility. And there you go. It's back to the fact that we trained you. That's down to you now.
It's crazy.
It's madness. It's absolute madness. And it just fascinated me. It was only because I looked at what I'm like, I thought, I'm not going to download these apps. It's just, I'm never going to use them, waste of time, blah, blah, blah. And then it just got me thinking about, why is everybody doing it and how much is it worth? And it's worth fortunes. There are something like 300 corporate wellness companies out there, just, touting for business. And some of their stuff is well thought out, to be honest. It's really well thought out.
Do you know what hurts me a little bit about this, right? If they got that $8 billion annually, and hired pension advisors for their onboarding, not only would or for example, a financial planner resources, right? Financial planner resources. Not only would that mean that you direct your money in the right way to protect yourself in the future, you might actually stimulate the economy by making a better decision for the economy. Right? Obviously, there's corruption and stuff like that can form that.
Also, you're more likely to have people stick around.
Yeah, because they're like, oh my god, they're really helping me hit my long-term goals. If they invested some of that money in helping you, do you know what? Rather than paying that thing, why don't you give me a couple of days off with a couple of courses? No, just when I say a couple of days off for learning, and you mandate some courses, you say, okay, this is for you to meet your goals. Men say, you're a salesperson, right? What do you want to achieve? We're gonna give you this course, and it's on the house, but you have to attend it, and you have to this, and we're gonna get you certified in this. I don't know, something like sorry.
You may want to go into management, so they could send you some management courses. You may want to go from a business development rep into marketing, and you want to do that. You may want to go from that to being a sales engineer, or pre-sales or whatever, right? And investing that money into that and making you feel more valued, and you've come out with it something rather than that's telling you to freaking breathe. Yeah.
Or do you know what? We heard you want to be. We've got a mortgage subsidiary, a mortgage advisor. Right, we know you want to own your home. You told us this in an interview, but most of our employees want to own their home. Here's this mortgage advisor that we've given a premium to, and he looks out for our most best interests. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Here's a tax advisor. Here's an advisor for families that I don't know, Andrew. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, here's a divorce lawyer that you can tap into. It's just a family lawyer, just in case you have an issue. That's the stuff that causes a lot of stress. Like, you're trying to say.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just so many things that I look around this, and I don't think I'll ever see this wellness program thing the same ever again, Andrew, after you've shown me this.
Well, like I say, I just thought it started off from my own experience, thinking, I'm not going to use this. It's going to cost my company, I don't know how much.
Yeah.
I would rather have had the money in my pocket, or I would rather have had something that would help me get to work. It's a long journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they'll pay for my petrol or
pay for my gym.
Pay for my gym.
Do a company.
Probably won't go to.
Yeah, or do a company jogging thing, or one of these things like, hey, little groups. There's a running club for the little groups, or hey, I don't know. Dietary advice. Hey. I don't know, man. There's just so many ways to actually promote real wellness. I mean, what I don't want to be doing is doing this on a bloody call and laughing my bollocks off. It doesn't make any sense, Andrew. It really doesn't.
The slippers.
Oh, yeah. And the slippers.